Get ready to witness an incredible transformation story where a group of hardworking people turns what seemed impossible into reality. A once lonely and abandoned mountain gradually transforms into a self-sustaining eco-farm where multiple families get a chance to rebuild and start their lives anew. The beginning was the hardest part. First, massive machines were brought in, bulldozers and excavators. Using them, they gradually started cutting and leveling a section of the mountain. Dust filled the air, but within that cloud of dust, the foundation of a new future was being built. Because before creating something great, you need a strong foundation, and they spared no effort in building it. Then came the most challenging stage, excavating the caves. Slowly, large open spaces were carved deep into the ground, but even a small mistake here could lead to serious danger. Although the surface looked solid, the soil underneath was much softer and had a high risk of collapsing. That's why every cut and every excavation was done with precise calculations. How much to cut and where to add support. Everything was carefully planned with great attention to detail. Once the cave structure was completed, the interior walls were reinforced with concrete. This concrete not only increased safety but also helped regulate temperature, keeping the space cooler in summer and comfortably warm in winter. But behind this project, there was an even bigger purpose. People were leaving this region, villages were becoming empty, there were no jobs, no opportunities, so everyone was moving toward the cities. Then one person made a decision to bring this place back to life again. He returned to his hometown, formed a team, and in April 2021, this project officially began. The mountain that everyone had abandoned was chosen as the place to build a new future. Brick structures were built in front of the caves, the entrances were expanded, and the interior was reinforced to make it stronger. Step by step, these ordinary caves slowly transformed into livable spaces. These caves were not only designed for living, they would also support livestock farming with separate chambers built outside for the animals. Today, many farmers and researchers are searching for systems that reduce environmental impact while maintaining productivity. And this project became a real example of that idea. A river nearby provided access to water, but managing water efficiently was still a major challenge. Agriculture and livestock farming require huge amounts of water, so they didn't just use water, they managed and controlled it carefully. Then came another major challenge: animal waste management. If stored improperly, it could harm the environment, so separate drainage and storage systems were created. Not only that, the waste was reused as fertilizer, compost, and even as a source of energy. A place that was once silent and lifeless had now become a complete cycle where everything worked together. The thick cave walls naturally maintained temperature, creating a comfortable environment inside. Then windows, doors, and ventilation systems were installed. Every part of the interior was designed to maximize the use of even small spaces. Gradually, the electrical work was completed. Everything was arranged in a way that made even compact spaces feel open and functional. A durable metal roof was installed to provide long-lasting protection. Then came the most beautiful part. A vegetable garden was created on the dry land. Seeds were planted in newly prepared soil. With water, fresh air, and the right conditions, those seeds slowly grew into green life. In June 2022, the first terrace was completed. Then came the second and third, bringing more homes, more land, and more possibilities. The mountain that was once abandoned is now filled with people, food, homes, and a new future. And that's the greatest strength of this story. It's not just a story of construction, it's a story of rebirth. That's all for today, but next week I'm dropping a secret that could literally change your life. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it.